I realized today that when I listen to like Led Zeppelin songs, lovely songs I've been growing up with, in some of them, the Jimmy Page guitar was like God to me. It's slightly out of tune, for example. So they didn't have digital tuners. But I mean, myself and like other millions of people have been spending their childhood repeating that, that guitar riff over and over again, even if in the official Led Zeppelin 3 album it's slightly out of tune if you use a polytune to check it now.
And you did, of course.
I did it. I checked it. Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm about to write him a big email saying the G was out of tune. From that point on, I discovered another very real anchor point in my life was Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
Because until then, honestly, I was not so interested in synthesizers. Yeah, I used to love piano, electric pianos, but basically all the MIDI side of the previous electronic things, they were like redundant to me. For some strange reason, I started listening to Peter Gabriel, and I spent like a couple of years reproducing his songs in my house with a 4-track.
Wow.
And it was not a good training point because I spent hours and hours listening to that piano part and trying to reproduce it without, I can barely read music. I'm good at reading music if I have it scored for drumming, because I've been studying drum as well. But basically, I used to do everything by my ear, and that developed a big musical sense in myself. I'm very happy with what I've become, because even if I realize that there are 1 million better bass player compared to me, for some reason, when I had to play on other people's record, they always picked up my part rather than the part of someone who's absolutely better than me in terms of technique.
I'm not at the super conservatory levels when it comes to music myself, but often I feel that technicality is not the only thing, or it's actually, it can get into your way as well when you play music.
Yeah.
That's what I observe. That maybe you can hit the notes the fastest or the most in the cleanest way, but if you don't feel the music,
no,
or you just pretend to feel the music, or you don't get the groove right,
Yeah. And then there's, talking about this, I think there's a big difference from live music and recording something.
Sure.
Because when you play live, basically the louder, the higher, the quicker, the faster, the better. People is, let's say, impressed by that.
Yeah.
When you are recording something, you are supposed to do something, only the necessary, do as little as you can to make things happen, underlining the vocal line, working against it in an interesting way, remaining silent. Look, this is my approach to music. When I was asked by someone to, tell me the best bass part you've ever recorded, I consider myself basically a bass player. Okay. And I had him listening this song. It was a lovely song, a Bruce Springsteen sounding like.
Okay.
To repeat it again. And there was a part when I said, listen, here comes the best part ever. There was a string quartet we recorded. It was wonderful. And he said, look, listen carefully here. And there was this lovely part. The music was so beautiful, so intense. And he said, wow, fantastic. Let me listen to it again because I couldn't hear exactly what the bass does. And I had him, he said, yeah, I agree. This is fantastic. Tell me what you did. I remained silent. Okay? The best thing I could do there, as a bass player, was not to play at all.
Really?
Exactly. I agree that this moment, the bass is the backbone of music.
Yeah.
Just a few people recognize that, but I can tell that the 100% of the people, if you had them listening something without the bass, they will tell, no, it was better before. I don't know why. It was fuller. It was had more energy. But removing the bass for a short period of time in a song can help you to create an expectation.
Sure.